Hello everyone, Jessica here and welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'm using the Kindred Stamps Plastic Friends stamp set. I'm going to stamp these 4 girls out onto a piece of Neenah Solar White cardstock using a black Copic friendly ink. I'm using the Gina K Amalgam. For the coloring, I'm going to use just reds for all of their outfits. I wanted these girls to look like they're performing some kind of holiday song up on a stage, so they're gonna have very similar outfits. The girl on the bottom right hand side, I believe she is supposed to be wearing pants, so I'm gonna color her as if she's wearing a dress. It might look a little funky, but I believe I pulled it off. For all of the Copic markers that I used, including the ones that I used on their hair, I'll have listed on my channel and on my blog. But we're going to get right into making the card. So I fussy cut these girls out, and I did leave a white border. This would work either way, but since a few of them are going to be kind of popped up, I wanted them to have as much stability as possible. And to really make their outfits look a little more holiday-ish, I'm going to add some liquid glue to the hem and to the neckline, and I think one has some on her sleeve. And then I'm going to dip them into this rock candy clear glitter, and this will just add a bit of glitz and glam to their dresses. I'm using some multimedia matte glue because it does dry clear and matte, so that clear glitter will really show through. And that's the only loose glitter that I actually own. So using a card base, I'm going to adhere a piece of this Christmas pattern paper. This is something that I've had for quite a long time. I really like the polka dots on this pattern paper. I thought it might look like a fun background for a stage or stage lights. So I quickly just adhered that to the card base as a full sheet, and then I can trim around it. While I was trimming it, I actually saw this sentiment on the back side that says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and I thought that that would work perfectly for the sentiment on the inside. So I just trimmed that out with my Fiskars scissors. Before I did all of that, and to save some time, I went ahead and did some die cutting. So I die cut this SSS Stamp Schoolhouse cardstock with a reverse scallop stitched rectangle frame die, and then I can adhere that to the front of the card. I also had a hillside die that I used on some white fun foam to create the snowy hills, and this is something that you could probably just use some scissors and cut the foam to your desired shape, but this was really quick and easy. And I'm using fun foam because it's already a very nice thickness for this layered card. I'm going to stack everything together and then adhere it with some liquid glue, which is, I like to use liquid glue with fun foam. I use the multimedia matte glue for almost everything, I think. When I made a purchase from Kindred Stamps, I also ordered this Snowfall shaker pack. I really like the texture to this shaker pack, and I thought it would be fun to add to one of the snowy hillsides. So I'm using the same liquid glue, and I'm adding that glue to the top outline of the hillside, and then I'm going to sprinkle that shaker pack all over it. It does take a little bit to get all of those pieces to stick, and it's just something fun that you can use shaker packs for, rather than using them just for shaker cards. Though I have enough of this Snowfall shaker pack left over that I could make a fun, snowy, Christmassy shaker card, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing with the rest of it. So I did take that Your Fetch sentiment stamp from the Plastic Friends stamp set, and I cut it apart so that I can actually stamp the words horizontally instead of it being in the original format of vertical. This doesn't ruin the stamps whatsoever, it just makes it a little more versatile. And I stamped that using some Distress Oxide ink in Candied Apple, And then I also stamped the duh sentiment, which is part of the it's your birthday duh, but I wanted just the duh part. And then I can trim those out. I was going to cut a flag in on that your fetch sentiment, but I decided to just do a blunt rectangle cut. And then I can adhere that to that craft cardstock that I had trimmed down to fit onto the front of the card on that bottom portion. Now the fun part begins. I get to start actually building the rest of the scene. So I'm going to adhere the girls using some liquid glue, and the girl that is right above the your fetch, the blonde there, I did add a piece of foam to the back of her head. That way her head wouldn't get crushed to the back of the scene. She's only attached really by her lower legs, so this just gives her a little bit more stability. Then I just attach a few things to the inside so that it says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas, duh," which I just thought would make for a really fun holiday card. To add some more texture and a little bit more details to these outfits the girls are wearing, I'm going to use some Nuvo crystal drops in ebony black. So I'm going to be using my ball-ended embossing stylus again. This has little round tips on either end. I'm using the smallest one for this. And I'm going to use it like a paintbrush or a pen and draw a belt detail onto each girl's dress and then some dots on the background. So I really hope you enjoyed this holiday card. It was inspired by a past challenge on Kindred Stamps Facebook fan page. So be sure to check those out. They're a lot of fun, and I love seeing everyone's creations on that and how they are inspired by the challenges. The link for the fan page is down below, so give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you are subscribed to the Kindred Stamps channel and my channel. I'll have product links below and a link to my channel if you'd like to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Meh, meh.